Close your eyes for a second. Well, don't because you're reading this, but you know what I mean. Imagine you're 20 years old. You grew up in Quezon City, Philippines, and now you're walking onto the Stadio del Tennis at the Foro Italico in Rome. The clay is that famous reddish-brown. The stands are packed. The sun is hammering down like it personally has something to prove. You're left-handed, you've trained at the Rafa Natal Academy, and you're about to face a Polish veteran who's been on tour since before you graduated high school. Her name is Magdalena Fręch. She's 28, she's made deep clay runs before. And in the first set of your first-round WTA Italian Open match on May 6, 2026, you hand her a bagel, 6-0. That's not a typo. 6-love on clay in Rome, against a woman who knows this surface like her own living room. Welcome back, everyone. If you're new here, this is the place where we don't just recap scores. We live inside the rallies, the mental shifts, the little gestures players make when they think no one's watching. Today, we're breaking down Alexandra Eala versus Magdalena Fręch, a match that had a 6-0 set, a 3-6 comeback, and a third set that felt like both players were trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while running sprints. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's go. First, the context. Because you can't understand why this match mattered without understanding where both women were standing when they walked onto that clay. Alexandra Eala, 20 years old, turning 21 on May 23, world number 42. Left-handed, born in Quezon City, but she sharpens her game at the Rafa Natal Academy in Mallorca. Her 2026 season before Rome was a mixed bag of brilliance and bruises. Semifinals in Auckland, a deep run in Miami. She beat Olympic gold medalist Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in Madrid, 6-3, 6-3, clean, composed, no panic. But then came the losses, first round in Linz, first round in Stuttgart, and a brutal 6-2, 6-1 demolition by Elena Rybakina in Madrid. That one stung. Coming into Rome, her clay record was 2 wins, 3 losses. She needed points to push toward the top 32 and secure a seeded spot at Roland Garros. This wasn't just another tournament, this was a lifeline. On the other side, Magdalena Fręch, 28, from Lodz, Poland, world number 45. Career high of number 22 back in October 2025. Clay is her friend. She made the third round in Rome last year, but 2026 had been cruel. She walked into this match on a 5-match losing streak. Her last win was the Merida final in February. 5 losses in a row. That kind of drought doesn't just test your technique, it tests whether you still believe you belong. So here you have two players, both hungry, both fragile, both desperate, and they'd never played each other before. No history, no tape to study, just pure, unpredictable tennis. Now set 1. I'm going to say something that sounds like hyperbole, but it's not. Eala was playing like she'd been possessed by the ghost of a clay court savant. From the very first game, she broke Fręch. Double fault from the pole, ball sailing wide, and just like that, Eala was up 1-0, then 2-0, then a break for 3-0, then a gorgeous, perfectly timed drop shot for 4-0. Fręch didn't even move for it. She just watched the ball die on the clay like a small, sad animal. 5-0. Eala serving for the bagel. And here's the thing about a bagel at WTA 1000 level, it's not just a scoreline, it's a message. It's saying, I am better than you today and I want you to know it. Eala closed it out. 6-love, first set done in under half an hour. Why did that happen? 3 things. First, the drop shot. Eala wasn't using it defensively, she was using it when she was already in control. She'd drag Fręch wide, then feather the ball just over the net. Fręch had no answer. Second, her first serve percentage was rock solid. On clay, free points are rare, but Eala was getting them. Third, her baseline patience. She didn't rush. She let rallies breathe, and then she struck at the exact right moment. Fręch, meanwhile, kept landing her shots a few inches too short. On clay, short ball to a left-handed player who redirects pace is basically a gift wrapped in a bow. So set 1 ends, Rome is buzzing. Everyone's thinking, is this going to be a demolition? Spoiler, it was not. Set 2 starts and something shifts. Fręch walks to the baseline, towel on her shoulder, eyes different. She's had a word with herself. First game, she breaks Eala immediately. Just like that, the girl who bageled her is suddenly on her heels. Then it's 2-0, then 3-0. The momentum has flipped so hard it made a sound. What changed? Fręch made 2 adjustments. One, she started going down the line. In set 1, she'd played too many cross-court balls, exactly what a lefty like Eala wants because cross-court feeds into her strongest angle. Down the line made Eala move laterally, and that's harder on clay. 2, Fręch started using her own drop shot. She copied the playbook, and it worked. At one point, Eala tried a drop shot in response. It clipped the net cord and dribbled over as a lucky winner. She actually raised a hand to apologize, and you could see the frustration on Fręch's face, but also the determination. Fręch's serve cleaned up too. Aces started appearing. Double faults disappeared. Eala didn't fold completely. She fought back to 2-3, but the errors kept creeping in, a backhand long, a forehand into the net. Fręch extended to 5-2. Eala held for 3-5, but it was too late. Fręch took the second set 6-3, we're going 3. Now we're in the deciding set, and this is where tennis becomes something else. Not just athleticism, not just tactics, but will. Eala just went from the highest high a bagel to a 3-6 loss. Psychologically, that's brutal. Can she reset? Can she find that first set version of herself again? And Fręch, she's on a 5-match losing streak. She just got bageled and then came back. That feeling of I'm still alive is like rocket fuel. Third set 4-0 Italico, the sun hasn't relented, neither has the crowd. This set was different from the first two. No early blowouts, no bagels, no 3-0 runs, every game was a fistfight. Both players had adjusted to each other now. Fręch knew the drop shot was coming. Eala knew Fręch would go down the line. It became chess on clay, hold your serve, pressure theirs, survive the long rallies. Eala's left-handed slice created those awkward skidding angles that pull you wide on clay. Her movement was exceptional. She covers the court like a cat on a hot roof. For Eala, the challenge was simple: don't panic. Go back to set one mindset, patient, deliberate, trust your game. For Fręch, the challenge was to sustain the comeback without letting the momentum turn into overconfidence. 5-match losing streaks mess with your head. Closing out a deciding set after getting bageled requires something you can't coach: belief. The third set went back and forth. Both players held serve with grit. There were moments when you could see the nerves, Eala double faulting at 30-30, Fręch shanking a forehand when she had a look at a winner. But neither broke, not until late. And honestly, that's where the real match lived, in those long, grinding rallies where every ball feels like it might be the last. What did this match tell us about Eala? When she's on, she's one of the most creative players on tour. The drop shot, the slice, the way she thinks 2 steps ahead, that's not coachable, that's instinct. But the consistency on clay isn't there yet. Going from 6-0 to 3-6 against the same opponent in the same match isn't a technique problem. It's a mental and tactical adaptation problem. And she's 20. That's normal. That's the growth arc. Fręch showed something else: veteran character. Most players mentally check out after a bagel. She didn't. She adjusted, she fought, and she won the second set cleanly. That's a player who still believes she belongs, but she also can't keep handing opponents entire sets and expect to win at this level. Zoom out, the Italian Open is the last WTA 1000 before Roland Garros. Every match here is boot camp for Paris. Eala climbed to number 39 in the live rankings just before this match. To get seated at the French Open, she needs top 32. Every win adds points. Every loss stalls the climb. But honestly, points aside, the clay court IQ she's building match by match is worth more than ranking numbers right now. She trains at the Rafa Nadal Academy. She's absorbing how the best in history play on this surface. The growth is happening whether the scoreboard shows it every time or not. And let's put her 2026 in perspective. She's 20 years old, world number 42. Semifinals in Auckland, deep run in Miami, she beat Pavlyuchenkova in Madrid, and she became the first Filipino ever to win a main draw Grand Slam match when she beat Clara Tauson at the US Open in 2025. That's history. That belongs to her forever. Former British number 4 Greg Rusedski said on his podcast that he genuinely believes Eala can crack the top 20 during this clay season. Watch today's match, even in a 3-set loss, and you can see why. After Rome, she's scheduled for the Parma Ladies Open, then Strasbourg qualifying, then Roland Garros. Her chance to make a deep Grand Slam run on the biggest clay stage in the world. Everything until then is just the journey. So that's the full story of Alexandra Eala versus Magdalena Fręch at the 2026 Italian Open. A 6-0 first set, a 3-6 second set, a deciding third set that had everything: adjustments, heartbreaks, resurrections. Eala showed flashes of brilliance that make you lean forward in your chair. Fręch showed that losing streaks end when you decide they end. And Eala, she's 20, she's on clay, she's in Rome, and the trajectory is undeniable. I can't wait to watch her at Roland Garros in a few weeks. If she brings that first set energy for full matches, watch out, world. My takeaway is simple: Alexandra Eala is not just a fun player to watch, she's a future top 20 player. The tools are there, the work ethic is there, the coaching is there, it's just a matter of time, and for us tennis fans, we get front row seats to the whole journey. That's the best part of following this sport. If you enjoyed this breakdown, leave a like, drop a comment. What do you think of Eala's clay season so far? Subscribe if you want more tennis content like this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.